I think the best creative advice that I ever got was from my friend Saint. He said, "Don't ever expect somebody else to understand your vision."
What's the best advice that you've received in terms of your career, if you want to answer that? Or do you have a creative project you're working on right now that you want to talk about?
Enjoy the moment. Like, if you're in a country, spend a couple days, travel, make friends, go on a date, whatever. Just like have a good time.
One thing I was kind of told by somebody early in my career is that when they're like, what do you want to do? Everyone was always asking me when I started out, what do you want to do? What kind of songwriter do you want to be? Which is like, I still have no idea what that answer is. And somebody told me, well, whatever I said, I probably said, well, I want to write Adele next record or something like that. And they're like, well, be open to other roads. And I think that like my whole career in music has been putting a North Star over here and then realizing that, you know, actually my band is never gonna get signed or make me any money. And then actually I'm not gonna be this type of thing, or like I've just always been open to like maybe it not looking like the way I thought it was going to look, and just chasing opportunities that still felt like connected to me, but not necessarily exactly what I was looking for, because it always kind of, the artist inside you always will steer a ship towards who you actually are and what you actually want to create and who you want to be. So I think just be open to like, you know, the other roads. Yeah.
That's amazing. I think the best creative advice that I ever got was from my friend Saint. He said, "Don't ever expect somebody else to understand your vision." It's like you can't ever just say like, "Oh, I have this idea." Like, create the idea, have the conviction. Like, we look at all the greatest artists that we all looked up to growing up and we fell in love with and we connected with. It's because they had that conviction. They had something. What's your voice? What do you want to say? Who do you want to talk to? And it's that conviction and it's that creation of the vision and the execution of that vision is truly what you want to say. And with that being said, I'm dropping an artist project. It's called Sex on the Beach, shameless plug. And it's my vision.
One really quick thing, and this was something I didn't have in the beginning. Have a great lawyer. It's the most important thing. Have a great lawyer. Figure it out how you're gonna pay for it. Yes, it is the most important thing, even more than a manager in the beginning.
Career advice was don't do it unless you have to. And songwriting advice was, are you cooking the salad?
Mic drop right there. Well, I mean, it's so funny, like listening to all this. I think it can apply to just, God, the music industry in general. You know, even in my own career and even my friends' careers along it. I think Nate, you were just saying how you may have a certain vision for how your path is going to be or what your goal is, but you realize that there's a different plan, and you have to just be willing to lean into that and like readjust, be able to constantly readjust, but always know that you're learning and growing, and with every readjustment you've accumulated more experience, more knowledge, more confidence in the work that you're doing, and being resilient. You know, like I think if you can weather any storm and come out of it, it always will make you stronger. So don't be afraid of those moments that'll really, really challenge you. Just know that this is gonna benefit you after the clouds part. I don't know where I was going with that, but
I just want to say one other thing is I love being a songwriter. It's the greatest job in the world, and we're all lucky to be able to do this. No one's entitled to this job, but it is inside of all of us, and there's no way around it. So I'm just lucky to be here.
Absolutely.